my husband was born there.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Did you guys meet over there?
No, but when I met him, he said, so, he said, where are you from? I said, Canada. He said, where in Canada? Now, a lot of guys in my dating experience had said, oh, you're from Canada. I love Canada.
Yeah.
And
Then
I'd
Vancouver?
And then I would say, well, what do you love about Canada? And they'd have no follow-up. And I'm like, don't give me that line. So he says to me, I'm from Canada. And I was like, really? So I'm like, where are you from? He's like, from Hamilton. I'm like, no, there's no way that you, who are my age, and I'm meeting you at a synagogue event, and there's no way.
We would have seen each other at the stockyards.
Exactly. And so he said, no, I was born there, and then I left when I was like 2.5.
Did he grow up in New England?
He grew up in New England.
Really?
Okay.
But he was born in Hamilton.
Let's talk a little bit about when you met your husband.
Okay.
This is a nice segue to my topic for this evening.
Uh-oh.
First of all, I'll tell you why I want to talk about when you first met your husband.
Uh-huh.
Wait, but before I tell you why,
I digress just a little bit more. I'm a little nervous because I feel like I'm going to open up a powder keg here. I was the other night we were with some friends, not Jews, very not Jewish, who think it's hilarious that I have a podcast called "Good for the Jews," and they said, "What are you talking about on Is It Good for the Jews?" I said, "We're having a guest," and I said, "You should talk about circumcision."
Oh.
And I said, you know what? That's a good idea. And I said, what am I going to do with this? I'm going to guess which side Rabbi Ruth's going to come down on this. Interestingly enough, I don't know where Eric comes out because he's never faced this question before.
Hey, I'm circumcised. What do you
And
want?
as luck would have it, when I was Googling you today, I came across something you wrote in 2012. And let me tell you, when I saw this, I got up out of my chair and I danced around my kitchen.
Okay.
When Ruth met her husband, the
I
esteemed
don't like where this is going
Dr. David Abusch-Magder, they're on their first date.
Yeah.
They disagreed about one thing.
Which is kashrut.
No,
Israel.
No.
Nope.
No, we
Should the women sit next to the men?
We covered
side by
kashrut
side
and
or
Israel
front by-
during dinner.
Which, oddly enough, is nothing that my wife and I had covered.
Yeah, you
during our
see,
first
this
date.
is why probably
You're-
we didn't end up together.
You're
That's
referring to circumcision, right?
I'll get to my
that was the thing on the
experience.
date.
that was the thing on the
Yes.
date, our first date.
Yes, and he was on one side, you were on the other.
I was.
I didn't know there were sides. What are the sides?
So, but actually, before we talk about sides and all that stuff, I'd like you to tell that story because I think it's a really interesting, cool story about how you dealt with this issue. He was in favor, she was against.
I was against.
You asked her to tell the story.
I'm just saying that to you so you'll know where we're starting.
Okay, so do you want me to tell the story of the date, or you want me to tell you how we did what we did when our son was born?
Tell us what you did, because the dates you met.
That was lovely. It was
unfortunately, I'm not. Maybe I should post a picture of you and your husband online, so my mom will know and she can picture him.
Yeah.
Why don't you post a picture of circumcision for our?
I thought about that, but I'm not going to do
exactly
it.
what
Yeah,
it is.
no, I'm thinking that might be less.
Might drive some
appetizing.
people away. Actually.
Yeah, that might drive your listener away. Okay, so
Well, she was there when I had mine.
I was not there actually when my son had his. Well, so that I'm getting ahead, but so I was not in favor for a few very strong feminist reasons, not the California reasons that I tend to hear when I talk to parents out here, which are about bodies not defiling bodies and not hurting your children. I figure that raising children is going to cause them a certain amount of pain, and this was just one piece of it.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, and especially if they got so unlucky as to be born to me and David, that's their problem.
Could have been worse. It could have been born to me.
It's true, but maybe not so. But but basically, look, we knew we were going to mess up, so okay, if we started a little bit off, that'd be fine. But the problem was, I have a feminist objection.
But you had how would I put it? Not theological, not traditional, but it was tied into your view of Judaism.
It was tied into my view of Judaism.
Well, explain what it is. You say feminist objection.
Well,
because my wife's a feminist and she works in the hospital and she's one who's castrating. Never mind.
That's different.
I mean, she's holding the kid down, but whatever.
Well,
I want to hear this.
So again, I'm not against circumcision for medical reasons. I think that wasn't concerned. But the problem is that the covenant, the first covenant, is one that only men can take part in, and women can't take part in. And if that's the covenant that's how you enter into the covenant, then that means that women are de facto always going to be outside looking in and pushing to get in.